Let's make these amazing sourdough discard brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Okay, I have 2 bowls of brown butter cooling down right now while we put the other ingredients together. So in one bowl, I'm gonna do all-purpose flour, and in one bowl, I'm gonna do bread flour and just see if there's any difference. So I'm just gonna weigh this because that's so much easier for me. I'm going to do all-purpose flour in this way. And it's 340 grams of all-purpose flour. If you don't want to weigh it, it's 2 3/4 cup flour. Now we're going to do the bread flour in the other one. Okay, to both bowls, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Also, I put this little empty bag of all-purpose flour right here behind this bowl so that I know this is the one with all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon baking soda. 1 teaspoon baking powder. 1 teaspoon baking powder for the other one. Okay, now they need 3/4 teaspoon salt. I usually just use a teaspoon and just don't fill it up all the way. Those are the dry ingredients. I'm just going to stir these up really quick. Get everything kind of combined together. And now I'm gonna set these to the side. Okay, I have 2 more bowls and I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients to these. First, we need 200 grams of brown sugar. You're not doing weight, that's 1 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna put 200 grams in the other bowl. We have the brown sugar. Now we need 133 grams of white cane sugar. Once again, if you're not weighing it, that is, let me look at my notes, 2/3 cup. Okay, now we need 2 egg yolks in each. So the eggs are a little bit small because they're from our chickens. So I'm gonna add an extra little baby one to each. So 3 yolks in each in total, but if you're using like store-bought eggs, I would just use 2. We're adding the eggs. The yolks. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. 140 grams of sourdough discard. Okay, now we're gonna add our browned butter and then mix it all together. I'm gonna add my dry ingredients to my wet ingredients and mix them up. Now that our dough is all mixed up, I'm going to add in probably about a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, maybe more, maybe less. I'll let you know how much I end up putting in. I ended up adding a cup of chocolate chips per bowl. Then I covered them and put them in the freezer for about 2 hours. I wasn't expecting to keep it in there that long, but it is what it is. Anyway, now I have some parchment lined cookie sheets. I'm going to put as many as I can on here of one and then as many as I can on a different sheet of the other. I might have to do this in 2 separate batches because there's a lot of cookie dough. I'm preheating the oven to 350 while I get the little dough balls put on the cookie sheet. Then I'll be back. Cookies are ready to go in the oven. Okay, so I baked these in the oven at 350 for about 11 minutes. Let's give them a little taste test and see how good they are and if the flour makes any difference. This is the bread flour one. And then this is the all-purpose one. I feel like the one made with bread flour, maybe just like a tiny bit chewier, but it could be just a fluke kind of thing. Jeremiah also tested too and said the same thing. Like, if there is a difference, it's like the most subtle difference ever. I'm gonna say probably doesn't really matter either way, but they are absolutely amazing. What do you give them? What's your rating?
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10. You heard it here first. Let us know if you make them.